ground this
Thousands of
argument.
our soldiers dead, thousands of our soldiers seriously wounded, and this is because of this president. Frankly, if I hadn't lost Gore versus Bush, this war would have never happened. These men and women would be alive, unwounded, and it was because of this president using his lying, actually, to Congress and using his unitary powers and other fashions to move troops around that we're in this predicament we are right now.
That's so ridiculous, even for all
Professor
your
Moreland, let me get your comment here.
Even Cass Sunstein, who is one of Senator Obama's legal advisors, professor at the University of Chicago, said in a blog post about a year ago, I thought pretty thoughtful, said, look, this unitary executive discussion gets overblown very quickly, all right? It's important for people who care about things like oversight of the Federal Trade Commission, some issues with respect to commander-in-chief power, but it's easy to overstate it, and I think we might have here.
Let's talk about the arrogation of power. In other words, when one party is too powerful. We saw for 6 of the 8 Bush years that you had a Republican president in the executive branch and you had a Republican Congress. Some would say that Congress rubber-stamped virtually everything that president did. Steve, shouldn't the country also be wary if we have a blue Democratic Congress in the House, majorities in the Senate, and a Democratic president? Isn't there the same concern?
Not now. You know why? Because the Republicans will not permit appointments of justices for the Supreme Court or for the federal bench, for a whole slew of things. We need to rebalance, and the Democrats have to be given the opportunity to rebalance for at least one term, and I would say at minimum 2 years. Well, let me finish this. This is important. The Republican Party needs to be punished for what they have done to this country for the last 8 years. They need to be punished. What they have done to this country is mind-boggling. 2 wars, thousands dead, thousands wounded, an economy in shambles, our international standing destroyed. Number one, they need to be punished, and the way you punish them is you throw them the heck out of where they are. Number two, and most important about this, is by doing this, you will allow the Republicans to once again become a party of reasonable, intelligent, a party that we can consider for elected office. Right now, you can't. We can no longer permit the Republicans to be stuck with this. People like Arlen Specter, who I like, our Republican senator, Senator Grassley from Iowa, a Republican, first class, super guy. We need to bring back the Republican Party, and the only way this will happen is to throw them out of office so that the right-wing lunatics who have been controlling it are removed from office.
Go ahead, Scott.
I have to sit here and listen to this ideological attack on republicanism. For
it's not
40
republicanism.
You're
wrong. I'm not
for
I
40
want real
years,
Republicans back.
From 1994 back to 1954, the House was controlled by Democrats. That's where all the tax policies come from as a matter of constitutional law. Now we have a situation where you have a Democratic Congress, both the House and the Senate, controlled by Democrats. They're as nasty as they can be to our American soldiers, to our president.
Are filibustered. They can't pass anything. Of course it is.
You've got to be kidding.
Scott, they don't have a supermajority.
They have a record low approval rating, 9%. If you get an Obama presidency and both houses controlled by the Democrats, it's going to be horrible. Obama just recently said, he told Joe the plumber, we're going to spread the wealth. These people really think that you can make poor people rich by making the rich people poor.
Let's get back to some of the constitutional implications.
And that's where the socialism comes from, and it's going to happen.
That's ridiculous.
Go ahead.